pure rock at its best, and we love it. But anyway, listen, Highland Radio on a Monday night, and it's nice to be back here. And by the way, can I just say before we go any further, thanks to everybody. A lot of people have been messaging me personally, wish me all the best and stuff. What was wrong with me? No, I'm dead on. I'm 100%. I'm on crutches, but I'm dead on. And Paula, my daughter, is doing security. She's looking after me and driving me up. So I couldn't make it on Saturday. No, the drugs were kicking in big time, more than they usually kick in on the Saturday, may I tell you. But no, we're getting there. We're dead on. We're 100%. So thanks to everybody. I really appreciate it. And you know, it's not that bad, to be honest with you. I'm like a bionic man now, down in them fancy sports shops trying to pick fancy Joe sports shoes or whatever you call them. But anyway, enough of that. I'm way off in a wee rant there. Say hello and welcome our next guest, and it's James Murphy. James, good to see you.
How's it going, Paul? All right?
It's going good. You were up with us. Apologies, my voice is going.
Yeah, right.
People say it's good. But you were up a couple of weeks back, weren't you?
That's right,
we
Joe and Emmons up for the sessions in the house.
That's right.
Aye.
That's right. And I said, did Jimmy get the pen out and get the contract signed? That up. So how's things with you, anyway?
Not too bad. Hey?
That's good. You're a County Derry man.
That's right. Yeah.
Dripperstown.
Dripperstown, correct.
Aye. And is that you're born and bred, and if you still live?
Born and bred, yeah. Still
Good.
living there.
Good man.
So,
What's happening up there?
Look, very little at the minute. Hey? It's quiet enough. So it is. I was just actually thinking there to myself. I was down a couple of weeks ago. Remember at the busking.
I seen you down there. Aye. How did you find that?
Actually, it was through the Facebook page, through Highland Radio. I seen you were sharing at it, and I says, well, I'll take a wee tackle at it, like, you know, all for a bit of crack. And I was just sitting thinking, we actually used to have one in Dripperstown, but they haven't done it in a couple of years, so I'm not sure if they'll ever get back on it again. It brought a lot of people, like those people.
You see, this is the thing about it. This is going to look years now, and I love it, absolutely love it. And myself and Martin and Trudy were down, and we just the buzz leading up to it, and the acts, and I just love the young people. I love some of the ones too. They're dead on. But how did you find that experience?
I thought it was amazing. Like I've never done anything like that before.
No,
like never been in like a contest or any of that jazz. I mean, I've done a bit of busking. We used to do it after tech and stuff in Derry. But it was nothing serious like that, you know. I thought it was great. There was some amazing acts there as well.
It was.
You know, you fairly start to meet new people whenever you do things like that. You know what I mean?
Make these connections.
Well, that's it.
Exactly. And the thing about it, you talk about it there, James. Been up in Dripperstown, and as a young fellow, just something you should say. Hey, boys, we'll get this back again, because it's good for the town. You know, it's good for. I think it's good. It's just positive vibe, you know, and we just love the crack with it. And like, we're just delighted to even be asked to be in a judge. It's just amazing. But the talent, and there's young people, and you know, I haven't total all of them. Just looking at them, some of them are just different. But anyway, it's about you, and we're going to go straight to a piece of music. So first up, you have.
We're going to play "Have You Ever Seen the Rain?"
Oh, Creedence number by John Fogerty.
Yeah.
And Smokey and whoever else done it. Maybe Rod Stewart might have bit it out too.
That's right, yeah.
Right. We'd love to hear this when you're ready.
Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is warm. I know, been that way for all my time. till forever on it goes, through the circles fast and slow. I know it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Thank you.
Brilliant, James. And you know, your own voice is unique, and I can get that running through that song because I love that song.
Oh, thank you.
And it's a big song to be singing. Music-wise, how long have you been sort of playing music?
Oh, I kind of started. I lifted the guitar whenever I was about 6 or 7. You know, I didn't really have an idea what I was at. I was fiddling about with it and stuff. And
was music at home? Sorry for
it. Was yeah. My mum had us playing the violin and stuff through school. You know, just through the primary school and stuff.
Of course.
And then I got a guitar for Christmas one year, and as I say, I've fiddled about with it for a while and thought nothing of it. And then about maybe 3 or 4 years later, I picked it up and I was like, I'm gonna try learn this. And it was a wee small one. I can't even mind what type of. I still have it, believe it or not. I do, yeah. But it's in pieces. Like it's been lying in the shade this long time. But
you can bring it in the, what do you call it, the repair shop years to come.
Could I have us picked up? I picked it up then a few years later, and first song I actually learned was a Niall Horan song. It's called This Town. Is that right? Aye. That's the one. Aye. And then I just kicked off after that. I started like looking up Google and stuff, like how to use the chords and that. And then through actually a youth club that's in Draperstown, they got us like guitar lessons because there was a couple of other lads in the youth club wanted to learn. So I had a wee bit of experience behind me just from picking it up myself.
Yes.
And then after that, I just kind of self-taught myself and learned all the different wee riffs and stuff.
And did you find the lessons helped you?
Oh, they were, yeah, 100%. Like as I say, I was only starting off. I hadn't clue what it was. You know, I started off playing E minor, G, D. You know, all the real easy ones you start with. And like the lad, it was Liam. You call him. He's from Glasgowbury in Draperstown. He showed us how to do how to change chords and stuff without having to stop and refix yourself and all. So he was a great help to me, like, you know.
That's
so and other people as well. I was in a music school. That's where I learned how to sing. It's called Where the Music Happens in Macrofelt, and I done a wee bit of guitar there as well. And there's a guy Oren. He fairly helped me too, like, so learned wee riffs and stuff like that.
Isn't it brilliant? Some of these people.
Oh, it is. They're
making impacts. Yeah. Sometimes they probably think I'm just here, sure, and maybe one or two may pick it up, but it works, and that's good. Encourage that if anybody does want to learn guitar, go along to these people and support them. Well, so who would your musical sort of influences be?
To be honest with you, Ryan McMullen. He's just absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. And whenever you think about it, like, he only lives down the road. You know what I mean? Like down, is it Portaferry or somewhere down that direction? I just think that man. We went to see him there in Oma a couple of weeks back, and he's just an unbelievable performer. Like he can just get the crowd on his side like that.
We seen him in Oakfest.
Is that right? Aye.
Oakfield Park.
We were actually talking about that there before we come in. Is that where? That's down in Rafo.
Down in Rafo.
Aye.
And if you're about next weekend, come on. You'll get your eyes open.
Is that right? Aye.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. One of the best venues about. It's really, really good. 2 stages going, one stops, and then because Alistair was up here with they're sponsoring it, you know, and it's top-notch stuff. It's a nice wee eye opener for you.
Oh, that's
plus it's a good day out, you know. No, that Ryan's stepping back a wee bit.
He is, yeah. Just I seen on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. He's just taking it easy for a while.
And the best of luck to him.
That's
and it's good that he made that decision for his own well-being rather than being pushed. And you know what? He will come back even stronger.
Oh, he will lie.
Because I just thought he was amazing. That we heard him. My God Almighty.
I think this break will just kind of,
of course,
people will miss him. Like we were supposed to go see him a couple of times, and just for certain reasons we couldn't have went. Like we had to sell the tickets and that. And whenever we seen him on the we were like, "Jeez, we're dying to see this
definitely,
again." Like, you know what
brilliant.
I mean?
No, we wish him well. We definitely do. And if anybody follows Ryan McMullen, just follow his story and you'll see. And it's inspirational, I think, you know. But anyway, more about yourself. Do you write many songs or what?
I do, yeah. I'm writing a lot at the minute. I released a song there back in it was about May time. It's called Home. I'm gonna play it here now. After a while. Just at the minute, currently writing. I've a lot, like whenever I write, it's kind of just comes out of me, and then it's on paper.
Right.
And then maybe halfway through, I'll not realise what I'm at, and I'm like, I'll have to leave that for a while.
I love asking that question, and I ask that question to everybody because I always imagine maybe somebody might be listening, you know, and just say, "Oh, I never thought of it." You know, every songwriter has a different way of doing it. People, you know, write notes. People take the phones, and so what's yours? Just does something come to you? And
I drive, like I'm a delivery driver, like during the day, and like I'll be sitting in the van just, you know, maybe tapping away or something, or maybe thinking of something in my head, and I'll have to like stop the van, pull my phone out and write it down, and then I'll come back to it later on. But it's all just like, you could just be thinking of something in your head. Like I'm writing one now about traveling to Australia because two of my friends have just actually went there.
Yes.
And I'm seeing, you know, Snapchats and Facebooks of, you know, what they're at and their experience out there. Yes. And I'm able to piece things together just by thoughts with that, you know.
Lovely.
I've only wrote half of it at the minute. I still have another verse or two to write, but there's still plenty of time.
There's plenty of time. Don't you be rushing it. We'll tell you, we would love to hear you do Home for us.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
And this is your new single.
Your
current single. If people want to get it, or
you can get it on Spotify. You can ask Alexa. I always like using that one. Very good. I can get it on Spotify. It's on iTunes. I just look up Home by James Murphy.
Well, we'd love to hear it now, James.
No worries.
Whenever you're ready. Just 20 minutes in front of 10 o'clock if you tuned our way. And this is James Murphy.
I'm going back to all the memories where there's leaves on the trees, where the grass sits clean and greener. I'm going back to where it all began, to where the birds they fly in the highest sky. Yeah, I'm going home, back to old faces where we once ran through fields, played three-legged races, and where there's no city lights, just stars. We'll climb them mountains to the highest parts, where the rivers run the streams to the rusty trampolines, where I lived it all. Yeah, I call it home. Home. It's the bars, the midnight life, and the yellow street lights, through the back roads and country lanes, in the green for football games, where I lived it all. Yeah, I call it home. No city lights, just stars, where Daddy's shoulders are the highest parts, where the rivers run the streams to the rusty trampolines, where I lived it all. Yeah, I call it home. Home.
clap there?
No, that's fun.
Here, I'll tell you this now, and I'm just saying it. You could give Ray McMullen a run for his money. That there's pure class.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Appreciate
Well done.
that.
Did you? Where did you record it? Did you record that?
I recorded that with Joe from Sessions in the House.
Right,
Just
very good.
the gentleman we're up here with.
Great.
I know Joe.
Great supporter of the music.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he really helped me. I hadn't a clue what I was going in for. Like, you know, I went down there. I done a bit of recording in the tech whenever I was there. The little time that we were there due to COVID, they had to put everything online.
Yeah.
Learned how to use a few of the buttons on the desks and stuff. But like, I hadn't a clue what I was going in for, and Joe just welcomed me in open arms, and couldn't have been nicer. Couldn't have helped me more. Like,
Everybody says the same about Joe.
oh, he is. He's a gentleman. Like,
Joe would say, would contact us and say, "Hey, such and such. Have a listen to this fella." And he's never sent us anybody to say, "God, Joe, who's that?"
I
Rubbish,
know.
you know.
I know what you mean.
You have that. Have you many songs written?
I do. I have a few. Like, I started off. The first song I ever wrote was actually, it wasn't home. It was called The Top. It was about traveling, because that's what I want to do whenever I get a wee bit older. Is travel all around the world and stuff. That must have been, I don't even know what age it was. It was years ago, anyways. But I remember writing it because I was just sitting in my living room, and all of a sudden I started jotting down on paper and piecing things together, and it just all came about. And the same with home. I wrote it over lockdown, so I was doing very little, as we all were. And I looked outside, and one of the trees had no leaves on them, and that just kind of with that got me writing.
Yes.
Even though the words in the song say where there's leaves on the trees, but anyway, that's not the point.
No,
but that's where
exactly.
it came into my head. You know, was
Exactly.
to
It's great that you get the inspiration for songs like that.
aye.
And then you see you pick up on it, and you're one of these people that leaves a song. You may leave a song for a year, maybe, would you? Or
I know, that's right. I would maybe leave it for could be 6 to 8 months,
and come back.
and then I could just be swiping through my phone one day and find it, and then maybe finish the song that evening, and that'll be it. Like, so no,
That's good.
it's an interesting way
You
to
have
do it. Like.
you have the potential. Make no mistake about it.
Well, thank you.
Get yourself a publicist or a publicity agent or
Aye.
whatever you call it. You know. Tell Jody put the feelers out there. You know what I mean.
Yes.
And what about your gigs and stuff?
I gigging every weekend. I was out there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just past there.
yeah.
It's fairly busy at the minute. Like, bars are a wee bit hard to judge. Like, the owners are telling me that, you know, maybe one week they could have a load of people there, and the next week they can't. But they still like to keep on top of their game with the music, because, as I say, they wouldn't want a big crowd being there and nobody having a wee bit
there.
of singing in the
I
corner.
know,
Like,
I
you know what I mean?
So your repertoire then has to cover the audience.
Aye, well, that's it. Like, you have to, as I say, you have to get the audience on your side, and if you can't, it's not really that exciting.
No, it's
You know-
not.
you
I
know
know
what I mean?
that surely. And tell me this: do you get a chance to fire in maybe one of your own?
Oh, aye, yeah. I would throw home in every time I'm out, and I would always let people know that, you know, this is my own song, and
Yes,
you can find it on Spotify and all.
Do-
A bit advertising, you know.
But it's good. It's very good. It's actually very good because, as I always say to singers, you know, I think it must be the greatest feeling out there when you're on stage and you're singing and people are singing your songs with you. But I'm just wondering, how do you find the reaction? I'm not saying everybody knows your music.
Oh, aye.
But do you look to see, you know, does people like it as a bouncy song, or do you know?
You get, well, with home, it's kind of like a wee bit of a sway, you know. It's
Aye.
not really, you know,
No, I
not
know,
stand on
but-
top of their chairs, but like people, you know, people will be tapping their feet, and you're always, you know, any musician would tell you that you'll see people maybe a wee sway or like a wee head nod or a wee foot tap or something.
That's
Like, you know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Like,
You have to be conscious of that. Look
that's
for
it.
that.
Aye.
And I think that's a nice thing to see. You go,
Aye.
I'm hitting the right button with him. You know what I mean?
aye,
So,
no, that's it too.
just as a guidance, you know.
Yeah.
So the plans are, well, travel's your plan. Only I'd say travel could be well within your reach, not too distant future as part of your music.
Aye.
It's great. Are you planning an album?
Next year, yeah. I'm gonna release a couple of singles first. It could be next year, it could be the year after. I say it's not 100%, but
see,
I
when
do
they-
plan to
See,
get
when
one.
they're ready to be released, you release them.
Aye,
that's
that's
the way to do it. Don't be, you're not under pressure,
Yeah.
which is great. Which is
Aye.
great. Once again, your social media contacts, are you on all the yokes?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and
What are you under? James Murphy Music?
James
or?
Murphy Music. That's where you can find me at. Yep.
Good stuff.
So
Good stuff.
just
Well, listen, been an absolute delight. We would love to get another song from you if you don't
aye,
mind.
that's all right. No worries.
And
Gonna play a wee song called "Tell Me About Them Good Old Days."
Is this your own? No.
No, it's not actually. I can't even remember where I heard this song at. Is it the Judds?
The Judds.
The Judds.
The Judds. That's a song. Lovely song it is.
Yeah. But it was actually it was an American singer that I heard it off on SoundCloud one time, and it just caught my ear and liked it, and it's just it's a lovely song. Like,
beautiful song. Well, we'd love to hear it whenever you're ready, James Murphy.
Grandpa, tell me about them good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy. Grandpa, take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy. The lovers really fall in love and stay, stand beside each other come what may. Was a promise really something people kept, and not just something they would say? Do families really bow their heads to pray? Daddies really never go away? Grandpa, tell me about them good old days. Grandpa, everything is changing fast. Oh, we call it progress, but I just don't know. Grandpa, let's wander back into the past and paint me a picture long ago. The lovers really fall in love and stay, stand beside each other come what may. Was a promise really something people kept, or not just something they would say? Do families really bow their heads to pray? Daddies really never go away? Grandpa, tell me about them good old days. Grandpa, tell me about them good old days.
That is amazing. Well
Thank
done
you.
indeed. Absolutely brilliant.
Cheers.
And Tony Sweeney was on this here, and he said, "You're a hell of a sight, better than I am." He said, "James, if I start singing, the dog's howling, the room's empty." You don't get that from the side of the family. Fair play. He said, "You're brilliant."
Anthony.
That's a beautiful song. It's a lovely song.
Lovely song it is, yeah.
I remember hearing it years ago. It was one of them songs that stopped you in your tracks. You went,
I know, that's
wow.
it, like, aye.
you know, brilliant. Do you scroll through music just to see if you pick up a new sort of a sound or a new track or something? What be, you know?
I like to listen in to
Yes.
others. Think, I'll just put on, I'll put a song on the van, and it'll just continually going. It'll continually keep going. Sorry, excuse me. And then I'll maybe like pick something up from that and be like, no, that would sound good in this song or in that song. I have a lot of songs. I always do this, and I keep telling myself I need to stop. I'll play a song, and then halfway through I'll be like, no, I don't like the sound of that, and then I'll go back and change it, and then it doesn't sound right. Do you know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with that because I do that.
Is that right? Aye.
Just you want to hear something, you know?
Well, that's it. You have to experiment a wee bit, like.
You have to, of course you do. Well, I'm going to say you sound amazing. I want to thank you very much for coming down.
Oh, no bother.
So
Thank you
it's
for
a
having me.
regular run up there again. You know,
It's not too bad, hey.
safe journey back up again and
Thanks
that.
a million.
And this week, now, where can people get you if they want to go and see you or hear you?
Alright, well, I'm up local, up in Derry this week, so on Moneymore, I'm at a gig on Friday night at a place called Splash Water Park. It's owned by the Jungle NI. So they're doing a thing there called Rock the Float. So it's like a it's a bit of a party down there.
I was up there one day.
Is that right?
I had a pile of. It was a couple of years back. I had a group up, and I was amazed.
Aye. Now, see, we used to work there. You see, well, Emer, she still does work there. So that's how I got through there. Saturday night I'm in Ballyronan up with us as well, and then Sunday night you've lost me for Sunday.
You're out and about.
I'm out and about. I'm somewhere. You'll find me somewhere. I'm not 100% now off the top of my head. But
we stayed in Moneymore that weekend, and then we went with a group of young people up. And we went up to that. I heard the jungle in there, but I was never at it. Absolutely blown away.
Yeah, it's something else, like, isn't it?
Fantastic. So, well, listen, James, well done indeed. And the music, as I say, you've got something naturally there. And if Joe Murray mentions it, we know there's something definitely good there. And
Thanks.
All I can do is wish you success, and please feel free to come back just any time at all. We'd love you back again. And could appeal once again, if people want to get you, you're on your full James Murphy music on everything.
Yep.
Okay, and you'll enjoy listening to him. Thanks indeed. Thank you very much indeed.